I need to get Bettman and Silver on a conference call and be like, can we not have the Spurs and Knights play at the same time, please?
I very much enjoyed Saturday night when the Bruins were in Vancouver and the Celtics were at the Clippers.
Is that at the same time?
Yeah, at the same time I was able to watch.
I can't watch both at the same time.
Well, I mean, like when you're sitting at Circa and they're both on gigantic TVs.
Oh, yeah,
right
well, there you go.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit easier. But it was fun because I rarely ever get to see both my Boston teams on the West Coast at the same time.
Yeah, interesting. And they played at Seattle, and I like those dark Kraken jerseys.
Yeah, they were pretty nice. I don't like them when the Kraken are beating the Bruins 7-4, but
that's what happened.
Yeah,
I had to make a choice, and because I have the Nighttime Plus, I can't like start a record on that. And the NBA League Pass will automatically record, and I can also turn off spoilers on that one.
Okay.
So I will watch VGK live and then watch the Spurs later. But I was having trouble getting the Spurs one to play for me after the VGK was over, and I had to wait like 20 minutes for it to kick on. So if you could just stagger the days, I'd be much happier. Because then if they both play on the same day, that next day I'm like, I don't. What do I watch?
Right.
I'd rather just have VGK game, Spurs game, VGK game. And normally it's okay because when the Knights are here, it's a 7 p.m. game, and the Spurs are Central Time, so it's normally a 5 p.m. But
so you need the Spurs to be in Eastern Time.
Yeah, then it would time out perfectly.
Yeah, a 4 o'clock game would pretty much be over, assuming the Spurs don't become the Knights and go to overtime every game.
17 out of 41.
That's insane.
I thought it was more than that. I think I texted you that.
It's still the league lead. I think Minnesota and LA are tied for second.
I guess it is almost half. Anywho, there. Enough of my television habits. This came up last week, and I forgot to ask about it, and I want to get your opinion on this because there was a play in Chargers-Texans, and the Charger guy on Dalton Schultz, he like hit him in the head when he was still down, and like pushed him, and then Schultz gets up and shoves him after the play's over. Ref throws the flag. Penalties against Houston and Dalton Schultz, when clearly the instigator is
right.
That guy on the Chargers. And then Rich Eisen goes on his rant about how situations like that need to have a replay review for retaliation.
Yeah, I agree.
So how would you go about addressing that, and how would you
like? I hate the notion.
How would you do it?
It's always whoever
they always catch the second guy.
Yeah,
that's the thing they always say on those NFL broadcasts. Oh, they catch the second guy. They always catch the second guy.
And what I think needs to happen, like you said, the replay review. There's somebody in a booth that can call for a booth review, right? So somebody can go and say, "Hey, he wasn't the instigator there. Go ahead and rewatch it and call it." But we don't have reviews for penalties anymore, and
does that cause a slippery slope? That's kind of where I was going to go with that next.
That's one of my things. Like, I believe that every play should be able to be challenged, anything within the play. My personal belief is, as long as you have a timeout, you should be able to challenge.
You shouldn't.
Anything.
That shouldn't be on the team to do it. It should be an independent watcher. Because say that Houston's out of timeouts there when it's clearly the Charger guy's fault.
That's fair, yeah.
I mean, we all saw it. Literally, everyone but the 63,000 in the stadium saw that replay and what happened.
Right.
And, even if they show the replay on the Jumbotron and the ref's looking up at it, oh, that's what happened. Nothing I can do. So.
But how many times, too, have we seen no flags thrown and all of a sudden there'll be a discussion, or a player will go over to a ref and say something, and then they'll just pull the flag out and drop it on the ground. The reality is, I think as it is now, refs pick and choose what they do want to call. There's very little consistency across the board in the NFL. You can go from one officiating crew to another. Like you've pointed it out earlier this season already. that there's very little consistency in a lot of aspects of the game, and they need to get it right. And like you said, like the whoever's upstairs with these calls, they should be able to say, or buzz down to the field and say, look, that's a penalty, or you need to review this. It has to happen.
I just think that maybe you're in the owners meeting or whatever it is that they're discussing this. If it even comes up and it's like, is this a slippery slope? And at what point, okay, you can review that. Why can't we review pass interference? Why can't we review a holding call? Why can't we,
And why did the pass interference reviews go away? Remember when they had it a couple years ago?
I think it just made the game too slow.
So like that's my solution is
that's also subjective.
If you have a timeout, just go ahead and you can challenge it. And every challenge costs a timeout. If you lose, it's a 10-yard penalty. Huh? That's my thought. Yeah, exactly. Hockey, you challenge and you lose, you give the other team a power play.
Delay a game. The thing is, where you have maybe a pass interference. Sometimes is a very subjective call, depending. This guy hitting Dalton Schultz in the head and instigating him, there's nothing subjective about that. You clearly were the instigator here. And so maybe it's something they'll address. I've never heard anyone other than Rich Eisen and us talk about it. So who knows? And they always have these different rule changes every single year. And that one's very situational and very niche, I feel like, because you hardly see it. You maybe see it once a week over the course of all the games,
but it happens at every level too. You see it in college football, you see it in the NFL, and everybody knows it's if you hit back.
Pretty sure they do it in the NBA already. They'll look at
absolutely
technicals and ejectable plays,
right,
and flagrants and all of that. Upon review, it was blow to the head with intent, and that's a flagrant too, or whatever.
Right.
So I don't think it would take that long. It would take 10 seconds to look at that play and be like, yeah, throw them both out, or double flags, penalties offset.
Every single camera in the game is watching that too, so you have the reviews. We all always see it. So
yeah,
there's ways to make the games better. Mr. Goodell, you can do it.
You can do it.
We're 7 minutes in and we've now called out 3 of the 4 commissioners. Might as well say, Rob Manfred, you suck too.
Yeah, you suck, Manfred. On that note, welcome to Fast Talk Podcast, Las Vegas, Nevada, Green Apple Studios in downtown. Your source for all recording content. It is January 7th. Elvis's birthday tomorrow. And we're doing our NFL Wild Card Preview podcast. And
I took notes.
Look at that. I always have notes. First of all, let's go back to our initial NFC AFC preview podcast that we did. And we'll just really quick go over where Pete and Matt were right and where Pete and Matt were wrong.
So you got, of the division winners in the AFC, you got 2 right. You got Jacksonville and Denver. I only had Jacksonville.
Of all the teams to get right, and I was watching that back, and I was like, I don't remember picking Jacksonville, but apparently I did, so that's awesome.
We both had the Ravens.
I thought I would have picked Houston.
Yeah, we both had the Ravens, the Bills, and I had Kansas City in the West. Now your wild cards, not as good. You had Cincinnati, Kansas City, but you did have Houston. Mine also not as good. I had the Broncos, the Bengals, and I had the Chargers at the 7th seed. So that one was right. The Broncos were in the playoffs, but not a wild card.
So I think I got half of the field right. Sorry, I'm dealing with a sickness. Good thing I can edit out those coughs.
Fix it in post.
Jags, Bills, Broncos, and then I said Houston. Yeah, so 3 of the 7. That's crazy.
Yeah, I got. But you had Bills. Bills are in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So yeah, you had. Okay, what did I have?
But I didn't have. I missed out on New England. I missed out on Pittsburgh.
I also missed out on New England.
San Diego. Okay. And who am I missing? Patriots. The Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
I recall saying that I had the Patriots too in the AFC East, and you did not. and I was giving the Patriots more love.
Yeah, I didn't believe in Drake May, and
'Cause you didn't know about Ann Michael at the time.
yeah, at the time
right?
we didn't know that Ann Michael May behind the scenes was a superhero.
There we go. NFC, right? I picked Green Bay North, Tampa South, Philly East, and the Rams West.
So you got
I got
one.
one. The only repeat winner of all the 8 divisions was the division that hasn't had a repeat winner in
Right.
21 years.
Yeah, how funny is that?
And then I don't remember my wild cards. I just looked at my division winners.
You had Detroit, Washington, and Arizona in the
So
wild card.
completely wrong there. Those are bottom feeders.
I had Green Bay in the North. Somehow or another, I didn't make a pick in the South because I think it was just a discussion between, is it Tampa? Is it somebody else? So I missed that one. And then I got Philly and Seattle in the East and the West. But my reasoning for Seattle was all about Cooper Kupp. I'm a big Cooper Kupp fan, and I thought he would be a huge benefit to Sam Darnold out there. But I was terribly wrong. It was JSN that was the big key for Darnold. But still won the division. My wild cards were the Niners, the Vikings, and the Commanders. So I got one right.
Well, Commanders had tons of injuries. I'm going to dock that up to that.
That's fair. There are some other funny things I wrote down from watching it. I think you predicted that Jackson Dart would be starting early in the season. We both said that the Bears were trash. And I don't know if that was just rage bait for Bears fans. It might have been. But the Bears are definitely not trash. We said Carolina has no talent. That turned out to be false.
Well, they still went sub 500
Yes.
and lost the game that they needed to win. In order to win it, they just got a helping hand from Atlanta, who also finished with the same record that they did at 8-9, and yet fired their coach even though they won the last 4.
Yeah, that was another thing we said. We said the South would be the least interesting of any division, and it turned out it was probably the most interesting. Maybe the NFC West was pretty interesting down the end, but the fact that
AFC North also had a good ending.
yeah, you got to make your kicks. Everybody make your kicks. And then we said that Minnesota made a mistake letting Sam Darnold go.
You were correct.
And that was absolutely correct. So not too bad.
50-50, I'd call it.
I'd say reason enough to continue to keep watching. Watch for next year's
Oh,
picks.
shit. Just know what they're talking about. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
So you want to just go through the games just in order?
The first one I've got. Maybe it would be weird if it's the first one you've got. I always seem to go NFC first.
I just put them in the order of when
Oh,
they're
I was
playing
going
them.
to talk about draft classes, but I don't know if we got time. We might just want to hit this at a different time. Yeah, I'll leave that for another time and just write that down again. There are 24 drafted QBs in this, though, between Nix, May, and
That's what I'm
Caleb
saying.
Williams.
I think that's the next generation.
83, the new 83.
And when you add Jaden Daniels in there after he comes back from his sophomore slump this year, it's going to be pretty awesome.
I have 2 pages of notes. I forgot. Boom. Okay, NFC. I have the Rams, Carolina first.
Yeah,
'Cause I just went in order of the games.
That's what I did too. That's Saturday, 1:30 on Fox.
So this is the first time that Houston is not in that window
That's interesting.
since like 2018.
Wow.
So we have a rematch of a week. God, I don't even know when they played. The Carolina won at home.
Carolina did
Kind of set the
the Rams. Yeah.
that was like the hole in the ship that started the leak that is the Rams of late,
Yeah, that's what cost Matthew Stafford the MVP.
possibly. So the Rams are still favored by 10.5. At least that's what I got from Circa,
10.5 is right.
which
yeah.
may or may not be the official app of Fast Talk Podcast. We're still trying to get that one going. But we lean. No, we're not. But I use Circa for my lines. Rams being the side seed, Carolina being the 4 seed at home. I have the Rams all day with this one.
Yeah, I do too. I have the Rams in a blowout, 38-10. Over-under's 46.5, but I think the Rams are going to crush them.
Yeah, I would almost take LA in this. I don't think there's a soul on that Carolina team that has any playoff experience.
I have no idea.
Let me know, Panthers fans. We know Bryce Young hasn't. Ted McMillan's a rookie. Maybe not Hubbard. The guy Rick Dowdle. Because the Cowboys made playoffs last year, or did they not?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
And then JC Horn on defense. And I just think this is you always have that, like, let's make small victories, the way that, like, a lot of people like to see their team build, where it's make the playoffs, a la the Broncos last year. Hey, we went 10-7, made the playoffs, got our asses kicked by the Bills. This is Carolina's getting playoff experience, even though they're going to get fucking slaughtered. A lot of people are off on the Rams. I am still not. I'm still very much in the Rams building as far as the NFC goes. Devontae Adams has not been healthy in a few weeks. Hopefully he'll be back for this one. That was another point I had. No. They had a corner that's been out for a while. Lake, he's back. And it's just playoff time. And Stafford knows to kick it up a gear. McVay's been there and done that. They've all been there, so.
I mean, you look at the Rams are the number 1 rated offense in the league, and the Panthers are the 28th rated offense in the league. So Rams are going to put up a lot of points, and the Panthers aren't. Defensively, they're kind of even, 16 and 17. But realistically, the Rams are a much better team. They just happen to be in a much better division, which is why they're going on the road.
But they're the 5 seed. And, in the NFC, this was the seed that you wanted because you knew we were going to face NFC South winner. They're probably already there in Carolina, I think. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, when this airs on Thursday,
who knows when
they
traveling.
Probably should be nice and comfortable.
But the Panthers do have a little bit of confidence because they did just beat LA at home. So, and they haven't had a playoff game in over a decade. So the fans will be there and probably be loud. And
has it been since the Super Bowl?
Yeah. I think it's one of those, it's going to be one of those, like, if it was a boxing match, LA will take the initial haymaker and Carolina will put everything they have in that throw. And once that settles down, the fans settle down. So it could be like a 7-3 early, but then I just think talent and cream rises to the top.
It does, yeah.
And we'll see the Rams moving on.
Yes, they will.
I don't have much else. This one's kind of an uninteresting game. No offense, no playoff game is uninteresting, but couldn't find much to talk about in this one other than, like, it's probably going to be an ass kicking.
Yeah, I think so too. The big game on Saturdays is the NFC North division rivalry, 5:00 on Prime if you get Prime. Bears and Packers. With the Bears being the division winners and the Packers the wild card. Now, the Bears won against Packers a couple of weeks ago in a crazy overtime onside kick recovery. And I just don't think they have another one of those in them.
Well, I look at that as like they're slaying the dragon moment, right? You were talking about before we came on, it's a pick'em, right? Did you get it as?
It is like in terms of money line. Yeah, Green Bay is actually favored by 1.5.
That's all here, man.
It's like you said. I think it's absolutely mental. Green Bay is going to walk into that game expecting to win, and
even on the road because it doesn't matter. If it was flip flop, this wouldn't even be close. I feel like.
And I think as those
if it was at Lambeau, it'd be Green Bay at least 5.5.
As the Chicago fans are walking down Michigan Avenue, heading on over to Soldier Field, freezing their butts off. It's going to be lingering in the back of their minds that for years and years and years they couldn't beat Green Bay. That Aaron Rodgers would walk into Soldier Field and say, "I own you." That's still there. And I hate to say it, but I think Green Bay is going to own them on Saturday night. I have 31-28. I think it'll be a high scoring game.
High scoring. Love's back, right?
That's the expectation.
I'd have to look at the receiver who went out against the Broncos. I can't even think of his name. Sorry, can't stop coughing. I think it's not something that you can just flip a switch for Green Bay. You've not won a game in a month. the the player you went and got specifically to make your playoff run towards ACL and is not out now. I saw something about Caleb still scrambling. What was it on 20% of his dropbacks? I don't think he's going to have to do that because I don't think Green Bay is going to have any resemblance of a pass rush whatsoever. I know they didn't look the best against Detroit in Week 18. They did prove that they could come back and tie it. I think that game against San Francisco, even though they lost, was the confidence booster that they need to say, hey, we can play with anyone and we can put up an immense amount of points. And this Green Bay defense has gotten a mass amount of injuries. And I think they can run the ball down their throat. And so I think slaying the dragon in the regular season means they have done it already and they don't need to. And so that's why I'm actually thinking Bears soundly.
Okay.
Like a 35-24 kind of win for the Bears.
All right. So 2 scores.
Yeah.
Now you saw the Packers got Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the Bears haven't had Rome Odunze. I'm pretty sure he's going to be healthy and back. Luther Burden has stepped up in Rome's absence. They have 2 freaking tight ends that I would kill for at least one of those guys to be on the Broncos between Cole Kmet and Colston Loveland. And the offensive coach, Ben Johnson. So now LaFleur has got the experience there. He's been there, done that.
Right.
But I'm not sure Love's playoff record. I know he beat the Cowboys a couple years ago. That was a big upset. I think that was a 7-2, which is what this is. But he hasn't shown. I don't know. I at this point would probably take Caleb Williams over Jordan Love at this point. So I think the Broncos broke the Packers, man. I'm not going to lie. I really did. They have not won since that game. Well, they didn't win that game. That started them on their 4-game losing streak and the injuries. And so I'm going to go Bears.
So the 27-year-old Jordan Love. It's done. It's over.
It's done.
He's going back on his Super Bowl pick, folks.
Well, I have a preseason Super Bowl pick, and then I have an in-season Super Bowl pick, and then I have a start of playoffs Super Bowl pick. I feel like I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah, no, you're
my in-season and playoff Super Bowl pick for the NFC is still the same. So we can get to that.
Hey, look, I also have my Super Bowl pick losing too. So
I'm gonna stay in the NFC. For 49ers Eagles.
Okay, 49ers Eagles is the 1:00 game on Sunday.
Plus 3.5 for the Niners.
3rd seed Eagles.
Is that what you got?
This one says plus 2.5 for the Niners.
No, it's gone down.
I have the Niners.
If I can still get the plus 3.5, I'm taking that all freaking day.
I have the Niners winning by 2 touchdowns.
I have the Niners winning this one.
Okay. I think it's going to be a big game. It
kind of depends on some injury stuff, though, right? The Niners defense, as I spoke about earlier, the Bears are definitely vulnerable, and against any other team, I'd have been like, they might be in trouble without Fred Warner and Joey Bosa. Nick Bosa. Sorry, Joey's younger brother, Nick.
Yeah.
And stopping even a decent offense, but Philly's offense has been shown to be one of the most abysmal all season long.
They have struggled. They were really bad for a while, and let me see where are they? They're actually 24th ranked overall offense, 311 yards per game with 22 points per game. There was a stretch there where they were really, really bad, and they did get back on track when they played the Raiders. Beat the Raiders, I think, was it like 31-0?
31-0, something like that. Even that feels like a while ago. And then you have their chance to get the 2 seed and not have to play San Francisco and maybe play Green Bay instead. And they chose to sit their starters. But I think that was the plan even before they saw what was going on with the Bears and the Lions. So
yeah, I think that they took their 3. They're content with that. With just winning the division for the 2nd year in a row almost seems like a win for them with how bad they were playing in the middle of the season in November. But the Niners are a better team. Like that's a team that up until the last day of the season was in contention for the number.
And then a lot of
slot.
people would argue they looked pretty bad against Seattle.
Could argue
I'm going to
that,
take
yeah.
all of Week 18 and throw it out the window.
Right.
I'm not taking into account anything that happened in Week 18 kind of in my picks just because it was a very weird week and
We always should because that's when players there's resting. There's
some
certain,
guys are going for their bonuses.
Right.
Like Keenan Allen trying to get 6 yards or 6 catches and 9 yards for his 250K and Joe Burrow making a dive so that Myles Garrett can set the record.
right. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on.
That's an interesting thing. I don't know if you saw the people calling him Brett Favre. Did you watch the play?
If somebody called me Brett Favre as a football player,
Well, they're just
I'd be
mad because
okay
they
with
look
it.
like Joe Burrow
Yeah.
went down easy like Brett Favre did
the same
against
way he did for
Strahan.
Strahan. Yeah,
So I immediately was watching because I was watching that game because I was waiting for it because there was no interesting 10 o'clock game really other than Atlanta, New Orleans. So I was like, oh, Brett Favre did. That was my initial thought too. Like Burrow just went down very easily, but congrats Myles Garrett on getting to 23 sacks. That's a record that'll probably never be broken.
it's not, when they add another game.
Yeah. Yeah, when they add another game.
Excuse me.
But yes, I'm leaning 49ers, especially if some of the offensive pieces come back. Kittle, who I believe hasn't played in a couple weeks, is definitely a game changer. McCaffrey, they're just going to keep going with that. And yes, I think Philly has a great defense, and they will stifle the Niners a little bit. But I think their offense is just not there. And, everybody's going to blame.
Right.
And so when they lose, it's going to be a fire their OC, Kevin Patullo, and everybody's going to blame Jalen Hurts and want him gone when the man just won your Super Bowl last year. So the Eagles fans would be crazy to do that. A.J. Brown might be reading a book on the sidelines. He might want out of Philly. It's going to be a disaster.
Hasn't AJ Brown wanted out of Philly for like the last 2
5
years?
years? Yeah. It's going to be. It's funny because if the Eagles lose, it's going to be a shit show. If the Niners lose, it's going to be like, oh, well, they had a lot of injuries and blah, blah, blah. And
Right.
Shanahan's a good coach, and everyone will be back healthy next year, and the Niners will probably go 13-4. Philly losing, it's going to be shit hitting the fan.
I think the Eagles need to lose so that they do have that excuse to get rid of their OC.
Yeah, maybe.
And it's a new play caller this year, but they need somebody new calling those plays, and they need somebody that's gonna like really truly support Jalen Hurts again.
And Philly fans always treat it like it's the end of the world anyway. So
Yeah.
So that
Worst
leaves
fans on the planet.
Seattle. For me, Seattle will play San Francisco. Right? I don't know what that down. And LA Rams are playing Chicago.
See, I have Seattle and Green Bay and Rams and Niners. I like the Rams and Niners.
Either way,
West Coast
we're
matchup.
gonna get a West. We're gonna get an NFC West
Yeah.
match, and then an NFC North playing. NFC North playing an NFC West.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah, I have all three of them through. You do too, right? Rams winning. Yeah, we have all three of the NFC West through.
Yes. Yeah. Well, Seattle's already through. Yeah.
So that's our NFC side. AFC side. Ooh.
Bills and Jags early game
I
on
did
Sunday.
not sleep very well.
Buffalo going into Jacksonville. First place Jags. I think this is the best game of the weekend.
I do too. They said something about Pittsburgh, Houston, and I was like, "You guys are crazy. It's Jacksonville, Buffalo, and it's not even close."
Yeah, I agree. I think Buffalo's still trying to prove something. Josh Allen in the playoffs for the first time without Mahomes, without
Or Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, without Joe Burrow, any of these guys that tend to eliminate the Bills. I think they know that this is
it.
their best shot, and that the way the Patriots played, this might be the window closing for the Bills, and for Josh Allen. At least this generation.
I
of
would
the Bills.
argue they have I would argue the Bills have the 6th worst roster on the AFC teams, with Pittsburgh being the only one with a worse roster than them.
Top to bottom,
Yeah.
possible.
Did you know that Josh Allen is 0-5 on the road in the playoffs?
About to be 0-6. I think I think the Jags squeeze it out. I think it's a close game. I have the Jags 27-24.
So they're
It's a
Jags -1.5, right? Is that what
Yes.
you have?
Yep.
Okay. Which is about right. that's a road win, for the home team.
It's funny. The line total over under is 51.5, and my prediction is 51. So
Take the under.
squeeze it out by a hook.
I was thinking when I initially thought of this, I was like, oh, Jacksonville's new to the show and they haven't had any playoff experience. But Trevor Lawrence beat the Chargers, I think, 2 years ago. And they were down by like 4 scores, and Lawrence led them back. So that made me rethink it for a minute. I was like, no, they've played a playoff game before, and, maybe just Lawrence, but I'm pretty sure Travis Etienne was on that team.
Yeah.
This is Liam Cohen's first playoff coaching game, and Sean McDermott, who has had a bunch, and he's not one of my favorite coaches, so he's one of the ones I thought might be gone if Buffalo didn't do so well.
Still might be.
Cohen is my coach of the year, and I will stand by that. But you never know what a coaching a playoff game is going to be like until you're currently coaching a playoff game.
Right.
Jacksonville, Sean Payton made the joke, the small market team. They're actually a bigger market than Buffalo. If you look at the two markets,
Okay.
Jacksonville's bigger than Buffalo. They're not. When you think of home field advantage, right? Buffalo with the Bills Mafia. New England's got a great home field advantage. It's cold. Denver with the altitude. Green Bay, Lambeau Field. Fans are great. It's cold. You don't think of that with Jacksonville. I don't think there's any home field advantage whatsoever. I think a bunch of Bills fans are going to travel down to Jacksonville.
There's probably a bunch already in Florida.
Yeah, exactly.
Your, retirees.
So I think the home field advantage is gone. I love that you can see people swimming in that pool in Jacksonville. They showed them in the game. Oh. I think it's funny because it's still so warm there that you can swim in absolutely. January. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna take Josh Allen.
Okay,
and that's all that matters. Super Bowl cape on, and I'm gonna go Buffalo. If I had to pick a score, it's probably like 27-24 or something like that.
Okay, so you, me, and AI. I asked AI to predict all these games, and AI also said 27-24.
Oh shit! Do you have that score?
That's what I have.
But reversed?
Yeah, I have Jackson.
I just made that up on the top of my head.
Yeah,
not 2 seconds ago. See, AI, you're not that great. You're not that great.
Either that, or we're both artificial.
Or we're artificial. It wouldn't have this if I was AI.
There's a side note. There was a short film that was nominated for an Oscar last year about I think it was called like Not a Robot or something like that, or Are You a Robot? And it was about the CAPTCHA, and the person kept clicking, I'm not a robot, but it turns out they were a robot.
Oh, pick the traffic lights, or pick the street crossing signs, or pick the buses.
Yeah.
Or pull. A lot of them I've seen are drag this gray box from one spot to another.
Yeah,
a robot can't do that. I don't know.
So it was. I'll ruin it because I don't even remember where the thing was. But turns out this lady was a robot, and then she called her husband, and her husband's like, So she decides to kill herself by jumping off of like the top of the parking garage to prove that she's not a robot. And then so she jumps down off, and then they show her laying there, and all of a sudden she wakes right up, and there's nothing wrong with her.
Oh,
because she's a robot.
All right.
That just looks like a person. Crazy stuff. We're robots too, because we picked the same as AI.
Bills. And you picked Jags.
Yes. AI had the Jags too.
It's partially because Jags are the only team that beat us at home, and I don't want to deal with that. So there's a little bit of that in my pick too.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, look, I've watched Trevor Lawrence for a long, long time, and this year is the best I've seen Trevor Lawrence play since Clemson.
Buffalo is hurt on the back end, and Parker Washington on the Jags is having a hell of a second part of the season.
Yeah,
dude is on fire.
ETN has been great for them. They've just really exceeded all expectations, and I think they're going to continue to do so right up into the second round, where they will run into a juggernaut.
You want to go Pats Chargers?
Let's go Pats Chargers. That's the Sunday night game.
So we're not biased at all in this. The team you love the most versus my divisional rival.
Yeah, Patriots are favored by 3.5. Which is over under 46.5.
Tease it with that caveat.
Chargers are not good in the playoffs. Doesn't matter who their quarterback is, whether it's Herbert or Taylor or Crimea Rivers or Stan Humphries or Drew Brees or Doug Flutie.
Did you say?
I can't go further than Stan Humphries.
Did you say Dan Fouts?
Oh yeah, Dan Fouts. Yeah, this Chargers are just bad. That's why they're gonna lose. Doesn't matter if they play in San Diego or Los Angeles. They're just not good. They're gonna lose. 31-17 Pats.
All right.
At home.
So this is This is Drake May. That's hard to do.
Drake
May is his first playoff game.
Yes.
This is not Vrabel's first playoff game.
Not even close. In fact,
He has coached a lot. Harbaugh's coached a decent amount of playoff games, mostly with the 49ers. Herbert has traditionally not done. I think I wrote down his stats. Hold on. 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and he's been sacked 7 times in his playoff games. So
not really that
one
good.
points to the biggest weakness of the Chargers being that offensive line. The Pats. Did you write down any of their defensive stats? I would not pick them as a great pass rushing team.
Overall, I have
So it almost cancels out
defense in the league.
where it's a weakness, not a weakness versus a weakness, but the thing that you could exploit the Chargers with. I feel like the Pats are the least equipped to do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
When you look at Houston's pass rush, Denver's pass rush, Jacksonville's pass rush,
that's true.
like I'm calling it like it is and saying that the New England pass rush does not scare me. Now on the back end, they're really good. Christian Gonzalez,
secondary's great,
linebackers, and Keenan Allen is old, right? But that tight end, we might show up rookie tight end Orlando Gaston, but I still have the Pats winning.
Yeah, Chargers
Only
because
because
that's all I
mostly
need.
because of Herbert not looking great in the playoffs. And Justin, this is your chance to prove it, but he's been beat up all year. The hand is still, I know it won't be 100% even for this game, resting the starters. And the Pats offense has just been on fire. So, and people will say, oh, this is going to be their first real test going against a Jim Harbaugh coach defense, and Jesse Minter, who's the Chargers defensive coordinator, is up for some head coaching things now. People like him a lot. And so this will be, because everyone's talked about strength of schedule for the Patriots. So a West Coast team traveling east, which I still don't trust. It's in the It's a night game, right?
It is a night game.
So it's not in like the 10 o'clock window for the West Coast teams or anything like that. But I still don't trust Herbert in the playoffs until he proves me otherwise. And I'm ignorant to Drake May in the playoffs because he's never played a playoff game before. So
that's fair.
If Cardi B's up in the box with Mr. Kraft. Who knows what's going to happen?
Fun fact, this is actually the first playoff game at Foxborough since 2019, or the 2019 season, I should say. And a Mike Vrabel-led team was victorious in that last game. So Mike's going for his second consecutive playoff win at Foxborough.
I saw one of your Facebook posts from a couple days ago, and it's in reference to the Patriots. And a certain someone said that she was going to root for said Patriots all the way through the playoffs. You posted it. Yeah. I don't know if you want to hit on that at all.
Keep that certain someone as far away from the Patriots as possible. That certain someone is Caitlin Clark. I know, hey, this is great fodder. Everybody loves Caitlin Clark, so we can make a short out of it.
That's why I asked you.
So, Caitlin Clark, look, please don't root for the Patriots. I know you like Drake May. Everybody loves Drake May. But just, Caitlin, stay with, I know the Colts are gone, and I know whatever other teams you like. I think you like the Chiefs because you're big Taylor Swift friends. They're gone. Maybe, Taylor, Caitlin, go become like
Bears.
a Bears fan.
Midwest.
Pittsburgh fan. Just stay away from the Patriots. And I ask that with all my heart because fact of the matter is Caitlin Clark does not win championships. And if she comes near your team, you will not win a championship. The Fever have not won a championship. The Iowa Hawkeyes did not win a championship. I don't know what she did in high school. She probably won like a division.
Probably won 4 straight.
Yeah, I don't know. But
We'll look that up.
Nobody cares about high school championships.
Keep your mediocrity away.
Al Bundy scored 4 touchdowns in one game, so yeah. And then what happened to him? So fact of the matter is, stay away from the Pats, Caitlin, because we don't want that non-championship winning. We're trying to win a 7th Super Bowl in New England.
It's a fair argument and fair question, or fair favor to ask of her.
Yeah.
For sure. Like I was talking about, I don't want any Spurs bandwagoners.
Right, yeah.
You know, she's trying to latch on to him early because she sees, hey, there's a potential here for another run.
Drake is married. Stay far away, Caitlin. And New England is Sun territory. And until the Sun are sold and moved, it's Sun territory. It's not Fever territory. Go far away, Caitlin, please. No, and I mean no disrespect. I just call losers where I see them. I just finished talking about how the Chargers are born losers. So
yeah, I wouldn't want Caitlin Clark near my team.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Pass.
Also, Caitlin, if you want to come to the Aces, I'm totally cool with that.
We don't need you.
We don't, but
one without you.
Number 22 is already taken.
All right.
Monday night, Houston at Pittsburgh.
Crazy.
Will it come down to a missed kick?
2 missed kicks.
Almost, yeah. I mean, that was one.
That poor kid. I'm not gonna lie.
I
felt so bad for that kid.
He cost John Harbaugh his job. I mean, there were a lot of other factors there,
I think loser of that game was getting fired.
That's fair assessment. Tomlin still might go if he loses to the Texans, which I think he will. I don't think
so.
The Steelers.
Here's the thing with this one, and there's some juju involved there. Some
Juju
crazy shit that made that field goal not good. Because remember, I think it was last podcast, I said Baltimore was going to win because they wanted Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. You said that they wanted Aaron Rodgers for another magical run. Well,
right.
They got their Aaron Rodgers magical run. They put this game on Monday night for a reason, because Mike Tomlin is like undefeated at home on Monday night.
That's a good point.
Going back to like 2010. So there's something with the Steelers and this here, and they got, I think of the teams they could have played, they got the best matchup. Because
the Steelers 25th ranked offense, 26th ranked defense in the league. Not good. Not
of the quarterbacks of the 7 teams that are in it, I would want to go against CJ Stroud.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to say
that's fair in the AFC.
So, I would bet Pittsburgh to cover. I cannot take them to win this game, but I would bet Pittsburgh. So it's -3.
Texans are -3.
It's Houston -3.
Over under 39.5.
Ooh, take the over.
You think so?
Yeah.
I have a 12-19 final. I think the Texans are winning. I think this is going to come down to kicks more than touchdowns.
There's a chance there's not a touchdown scored in this game. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also a chance it could be like a Rodgers. We haven't seen him in the playoffs in a minute, so.
Well, when you play for the
Jets,
Jets,
they're going to have a healthy
years.
DK Metcalf coming back. Well, he's not even hurt; he was just suspended.
Yeah,
I have DK Metcalf coming back. No one. Well, I'm not going to say no one on the Houston offense scares me because Nico Collins is pretty good. But I just am like, I'm not terrified of this game because I don't really have a rooting interest, but this one's a weird one for me. So I would bet I would bet Pittsburgh, but I think Houston wins.
Okay. No, I think Houston, like when Houston's when they've been on the national stage this year and they're just like going at it, their defense is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something to watch, and I think they're just gonna bring everything they've got. Rodgers is gonna walk away from this game and then walk away from the NFL because he's an old man, and he's gonna get crushed. He's gonna get destroyed. Will Anderson will have him on the back a lot. And I know I said a week ago, like, I think they want Pittsburgh in the AFC Championship. They want the youth versus the old as the story. But did Defense wins championships, and Houston's got the best defense.
They do. I can't argue that. I think it came down to Seattle was the best point defense. Houston was the best yards defense.
I didn't write Seattle's down because they don't play.
17.2 or something. As far as points go, even though the Broncos held.
Houston's at 17 as well.
Oh, maybe it was 16 something. Pretty sure I saw something somewhere that Seattle was the best point defense, and Houston was the best yards defense, and then obviously Denver had the most sacks. If it falls the way that I think it's going to fall, and like I said, I'm going to give Houston the win, even though I'm going to pick Pittsburgh to cover. In my NFC again, Seattle, San Francisco, Seattle at home in the divisional, and then the Rams are going to play. Sorry, my headphones are being weird.
Yeah, mine too.
The Rams are going to play the Bears in Chicago.
Yes.
So,
What's your AFC?
Houston at New England and Buffalo at Denver.
Okay. Mine is Houston at Denver and Jacksonville at New England. We'll get into those matchups if and when they happen.
Well, yeah. So if I keep it going the way that I think, I have Seahawks winning, Rams winning, Houston beating New England. Sorry, and then the Broncos beating the Bills. So I have the Texans at the Broncos with the Broncos winning, the Rams at the Seahawks with the Rams winning, and the Rams beating the Broncos in the Super Bowl. I don't know if you wrote yours down.
I didn't, but I do have. If I'm right, I have Seattle playing LA in the NFC Championship with Seattle winning, and I have Denver hosting the Patriots, which if that happens, we got to go live for it.
Yeah.
We'll do a live watch party. And the Patriots will win because it's a different regime, and Drake May and Mike Vrabel will learn how to win in Denver. Although Josh McDaniels doesn't really know how to win in Denver.
No, he does not.
And so Pats and Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Pats win 28-24. 49.
49.
X-Lix.
49 rematch.
In San Francisco territory, everybody in San Francisco will be rooting for New England.
Yeah.
Because they don't like Seattle. The fun fact is, totally random.
I think if Seattle makes it, they win too. So I think there's an NFC West that's not San Francisco going to be raising the trophy in San Francisco's stadium.
Yeah.
Because, I think it's going to be one of those two. I don't think you said the Patriots or no? You said Seattle.
Oh, yeah. No, I said Patriots I can't pick against them.
I'm picking the Rams over the Broncos in the Super Bowl.
It's wild, crazy talk.
But I think if it's an NFC West team that makes it to the Super Bowl, they're going to win it for sure.
I think this is fun. I look at a lot of New England stuff, but with the exception of San Francisco, every possible Patriots Super Bowl matchup is a Super Bowl rematch. Going back to the Bears of 20, Packers in 31, Eagles in 39 and 52, Rams in 36 and 53, Panthers in 38. Did I get them all? I mean, yeah, it's wild. Oh, yeah, and Seahawks in 49. So that in itself,
and you're like 6-2 against them.
We have one loss against. Oh well, the Bears and the Packers back in the pre-Belichick days are both losses, and then we have one loss against the Eagles.
So 6-3.
Yeah, Rams 2-0, Panthers 1-0,
Eagles 1-1.
Eagles 1-1. Carolina, no, I said that. And Seattle 1-0.
1-0, yeah. So the only new team that you can play
would be the home team.
The Niners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I have to think about that. We definitely got smoked by the 49ers in the Super Bowl. We definitely got smoked by the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
Right.
I don't think they played the Rams.
Played Carolina.
They did play Carolina. I don't think they played the only NFC East team they haven't played in the Super Bowl is the Eagles. Who else is in it?
Oh yeah, you lost.
Played San Francisco, played Seattle, haven't played the Rams, haven't played the Eagles. Doesn't matter.
You played Washington.
They don't do well in the Super Bowl. Still sub 500. Got to put a few more together.
3-5.
I believe so.
There'll be time.
So yeah, let us know your picks for the games and whether you think our picks are stupid or not, if there's merit to our picks, and we'll revisit these next week and see how correct we were. And we'll jump into the divisional series and pick our teams winning. So, spoilers, we'll probably pick the Broncos and the Pats.
Assuming the Patriots win, Broncos don't have to worry about winning.
No, they don't have to worry about winning. So it's a stress-free weekend.
Yeah, nice. I used to have those. Then they were so sick of the Patriots getting a bye, so they had to change the rules.
I can't decide whether or not I like the one-team bye or two-team bye better.
I like the two. I like 2 with 6, but they wanted to add that extra playoff team. I mean, you make more money that way, and that's really the only thing that matters.
You're putting out the Monday night. Yeah, you're putting out the Monday night game.
Yeah, the teams make money. The league makes money. It's win-win for everybody except for the 2 seed.
I will say that our road to 50, that path is laid out, and it's a possibility again. Because they beat the Chargers in Week 18, play the Steelers in the divisional round, which they will, if the Jags and the Steelers win, and the Patriots win. And then Patriots in the AFC Championship game to play Carolina in the Super Bowl. That path is still there. So
that's interesting.
It'd be wild. The only team they might be favored against in the Super Bowl is Carolina.
Now I'm trying to think of who.
Because whoever the Broncos play in the divisional round, they will not be favored. I guarantee that. They're not going to. It can either be Buffalo. It can't be New England. It can't be Jacksonville. It can be anybody else.
Right. Yeah, you'll be favored against.
Well, no, they'll probably be favored against Pittsburgh. I don't think they will. I do not think they will be favored against the Chargers.
You'll be at the home.
No, so I don't think they'll be favored.
Points. You'll at least get 3.
I don't think so. It's not going to matter because the Patriots are going to win.
Yeah. I think you'll be favored against Jacksonville. I don't think you'll be favored against the Bills. But you can't play Jacksonville, right?
You cannot play Jacksonville until the AFC Championship, and cannot play New England until the AFC Championship.
I think Houston would be favored over the Broncos.
Yeah.
I should pick Houston over Denver, but realistically, I don't think it's going
to
happen.
The NFL guys also picked, the NFL.com guys picked Houston over the Broncos, so we'll see. Bo Nix can prove everybody wrong. So
he's been doing it. Been doing it for 2 years.
Everybody says Sean Payton hasn't used the playbook all season. That's the word coming out of Denver.
Has the what? Playbook?
He hasn't used the playbook all season.
Well,
he's got a whole nother playbook for playoffs. That's what they're saying.
Nice.
We'll see.
Good. Hey, he's won a Super Bowl before, so
knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Can I throw one thing out there before we close?
Sure.
As you can see, I'm wearing my UNLV stuff. Did you see the new UNLV quarterback? They signed from the portal.
No.
So I don't know the guy's name, but he transferred in from 2 previous schools, Auburn and Oklahoma.
Nice.
So I figure he'll be like jointly hated by Fast Talk podcast.
Unless he does well.
No, I still don't like Auburn.
I don't hate Jalen Hurts.
That was only 1 year. Ugh, it was tough, though. That was a tough year to root for him. Thank goodness he had CeeDee Lamb to throw the ball to.
I mean, if you look at the Broncos, Von Miller went to A&M. Nick Bonito went to Oklahoma. Jonathan Cooper went to Ohio State. Like all the guys, these guys that coming from colleges that I can't stand.
Yeah, see, that's like the Patriots don't have that. We don't have. I mean, we do. We had Stidham, and we had Cam Newton, who both were garbage for the Pats. So I don't know if we've had any other Auburn guys.
Oh my goodness!
But
we have Stidham now, so and Bo Nix.
Well, yeah, hey, that worked out for you guys. But maybe it's the blue and orange thing.
Give me all the Auburns.
The blue and orange. Yeah. But I just thought it was funny that...
Did you know that this just hit me too, if the Raiders take Dante Moore, if he comes out, will be the 3rd AFC West Oregon QB?
Do you know he's going to... they're getting Mendoza, right? They're already selling Mendoza jerseys. At the game on Sunday, I saw 2 people wearing Mendoza jerseys.
Well, we'll touch on that in the offseason. So right now, playoffs are all that matters, and the Raiders are not in the playoffs. So
we should do just a Raiders offseason preview podcast just because we have so many Raider fans that watch our
Yeah.
TikTok.
We can get Tom Brady in here.
We can get Tommy, and you know who we won't get? Pete Carroll.
Nope.
Because he's gone. So long, Pete. And so long to everybody watching this podcast. We appreciate you
Thanks
watching.
for coming to the Fast Talk 2025-2026 wild card round preview. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you for the divisional round. Go Knights, go!
Go Knights, go, and go Pats, and drink me.